Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Aarti. I am a mom of two boys, pet parent and a person who finds immense joy in reading and learning. So today I'm going to be talking about something really special. A book I read in July this year and which changed my reading game, which changed the way I, look at books. It changed, it just opened up a new avenue for me. And I'm not talking about anything else, but you would have known from the title itself that I'm talking about Freida McFadden books. And this year it's a newfound love for me because before this year, I think so, I read thriller books, which was last in 2018, I think so. Last I have read it in 2018, and post that I've been reading more on non-fiction, health and wellness, and other related stuff. And after a long time I just felt it was just getting too monotonous and boring, and I just need to change something and pick up a new book probably. And I, without reading a summary, without reading the reviews, I randomly picked up this book, and it has been lying in my to be read list for a long time, and I'm so glad, I'm so happy that I picked up this one. It's none other than The Housemaid. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about 5 such books I have read of Freida McFadden and my honest reviews and views on the same. So without wasting much time, let's get into the video. So the first book that I read of Freida McFadden is The Housemaid, and it is such a good book, and I'm happy that I picked up this book as my first book because I'm reading after a long time. I'm reading thriller after a long time, and it's been like it was like a breath of fresh air. It is like it just came out of nowhere, and I was just pumped up completely after reading this book. I just finished this book in 2 days, and which is not like my timeline. I normally take a lot of time, to few days, to absorb a book and read it properly, but this book was like I had to finish this book because it was too good. Okay, so without wasting much time, let's talk about what worked for me and what didn't. So what worked for me? So these are the points which I feel that worked, because the characters were well written. I felt that the characters were developed beautifully. It was very good, and the way she has written, her writing style, the way she has created the premise is very clearly set, and it elevates she elevates each and every scene. The scenes are moving properly, and in such an engaging manner. The premise is very tight, and because of which the scenes are elevated because of her writing style. I just love her writing style. I just fell in love with her. It is fast paced, it is gripping, the plot twists are there. So overall this book is like magic for me. And what didn't work for me was the fact that I think so she could have mentioned or given a little bit more detail about Millie's past life, or whatever it is in the character development. She could have given a little bit more detail about her past, so that the arc would have been more relatable, or understandable. That's one part of it. And I just felt that the climax or the end was a bit abrupt, and I just wanted more, because the way it was elevated and the suspense and thriller that was building up, I just expected more out of it, and it just felt it was very abrupt, and it ended very quickly. So this is what I personally felt about this book. But nevertheless, I just love this book. If you have loved this book, do let me know in the comment section, which is the best part of the book, what did you really love about the book. And if you've not, please read this book. I highly recommend this book. It will not disappoint you. The second book that I read was The Gift, and it's a very short book. So before going, I was so pumped up reading the first book that I had to pick up something. I wanted to read some book, and before hitting the bookstore, I read this one, and it was kind of an okayish book. I won't say it is that great, neither would I say it is terrible. It's kind of in between. It's just okayish. And now let's get into talking about what works for me and what didn't work for me in this book. So what worked for me is the fact that, again, her writing style was on the point, and it was too good. She has this innate ability to just elevate the storyline little by little and create that suspense or a thriller wala feeling. It just elevates it. Just you can connect with a story very well because the premise is always tight. I've seen that her premise and her characters are very tight, and that helps her in her writing style to develop the stories better. Apart from that, the story moved on okayish and fine. That was okay. But what didn't work for me was the fact that it was a bit. I just felt it was like I couldn't connect with the book at all because obviously it's a short story. So the characters, you can't connect much with the characters because there's not much info that is being given when it's, especially it's a short book. That one aspect, and the ending was like a complete okay. I don't know what, I just felt blah after reading this book because uh, it's either like a hit or miss. Either you would have either you will feel that I know what is happening, what is going to happen, or you will predict what will happen in the climax, or either you will be like, what, really? And it's kind of it ends with a confused wala feeling. You always feel a bit of a sensation of confusion is there after reading this book. So I would just say it is like a in between wala book, and it's not that great, neither is it bad, so okayish kind of a feeling. So after reading The Gift, I was a bit upset and depressed, kind of, because I thought I had to hit the bookstore and pick up some books, but unfortunately I didn't. The copy of Housemaid series was not available, so I had to pick up some other books. So these were the two books which I picked up over there, and so the next book I'm going to be talking about is The Boyfriend. And this book was surprisingly good because I'm just getting started with thrillers, and so I just love this book because it was like it's easily a 350 pages book, and it was like an easy read, and yet it was like engaging at the same time. So personally for me this book was really good. So let's get into what worked for me and what it didn't work for me. So what worked for me in this book is the fact that the character development is really good. Okay, we are talking about Sydney here, Tom, and a few other characters are there. Personally, I love the way she has explained or written the characters Tom and the main character Tom, and even Bonnie for that matter. Though I didn't connect with Sydney that much, honestly, but then I can completely imagine how Tom would look like or would do things like, on how Bonnie would look like, what is she doing. So I could totally connect with those characters. The character development was really, really good. As usual, her writing style was amazing. It was engaging, gripping, fast paced, you name it, everything is there. What was annoying yet what was really good yet annoying was the fact that I think I knew who the killer was or who did it, but then again it is like, no, I don't think so, this is the one. Until the end, this confusion and that irritation is there, that you're not able to guess the killer, and it was really annoying for me. But at the same time, because I had that thrill element and the suspense element was there throughout, and the writing style was really good, so I had to like finish this book. I wanted to know who the killer was. And this what didn't work for me in this book is that the side characters or the friend characters development were a bit clumsy and loose, and it was not well developed. I personally felt they were like a little off, and I couldn't connect with them at all. And the another pointer, I could say that it was a bit draggy in between, a tad a bit draggy. And somewhere I felt like, okay, come on, get to the point. What is going to happen next? What is going to happen next? And again, what I realized is that in Freida McFadden books, majority of the times she the premise is really good. It's very tight. The characters are very good. She elevates it and takes it to another level. Everything is good. But what happens is somewhere down the line, in the last 50 or 70 pages, things change. dramatically the plot twists come in. And in this book also the plot twists are really really good, but again the ending was unexpected, completely unexpected, but I really really love this book. So if you are a person who has read this, it can be a hit and miss for you given your taste and your choice of reading. But since I'm just starting off with thrillers, I think this book was pretty engaging. I finished this book in 3 days, and I would suggest you can give it a read. It's really really engaging. So the next book I picked up was The Crash by Freida McFadden. And what I really really loved about this book is the premise is amazing. The setup where Tegan is a pregnant woman, there's a car crash happening, and in middle of a snowstorm, and she's stuck in middle of nowhere. I think it's a perfect setting where you can create a lot of there's good scope for creating different storylines, or what will happen in such a situation to a pregnant lady. All my brain will like just completely everywhere thinking what all can happen in this setup. But this book again turned out to be a little better than a okayish book. I would not say it's a great book, but it's a little better than a okayish book. And now let's talk about what worked for me and what didn't work in this book. So what worked for me is the fact that the premise setting, as I told you guys, it's really tight and it's really nice because there's a lot of scope to work on. Like you can just spin like stories like literally with such a setting. You can literally absolutely do magic with all this, but it really intrigues you to want to know what happens next. That I really loved about this book. That is why I picked up this book in the first place. And the second one is surprisingly nice and warm because normally when we envision or picture a huge guy, bulky huge guy, with all those they look rugged and they are like normally what we think of it is like a gangster or a bad guy. This is the image we get. But in surprisingly in Freida McFadden books, all these huge guys are softies and they are good guys, and it just made me feel really good about the fact such surprising characters yet warm characters. I really love that. And what didn't work for me is the fact that it was dragging along. Trust me, it was like in between. I was just feeling like it was just dragged out of proportion, and it just felt that she didn't know what to do or what to write next or how to move it further or and she had to fill in pages and it was just going back and forth, and I just felt like just get it over with, please. It's just getting dragging too much now. And then the second point I feel is that the ending was a bit totally flat. I won't say a bit also, it was totally flat and it didn't connect at all. It was too messy and it was just like too quick also. What I really feel confused and um, a bit I don't like, what I really don't like is the fact that her books are compellingly good and fast paced and all nice until the last 70 pages or 50 pages. Something in the name of plot twist, some weird things are happening and suddenly things are moving too fast. It either hits you like wow, or you're like what, really, you made me read this book for this is the kind of reaction. Either you will get a wow wala feeling or you will get like why these are the two feelings I mean normally you get reading her books. And or maybe I'm just choosing the wrong kind of books, I'm not sure. But do give me your suggestions in the comment section if you know better books, because I really love reading her books and I want to read more books. Obviously I've added a few more. I'm reading already two more books. One is The Housemaid's Wedding and The Intruder, which I'll let you know later what I feel. But as of now, this book is kind of an okayish book. I would say if you are willing to, it's a well written book, I'm no doubt. But then if you are not very specific about plot twists, you're not specific about like thriller or suspense aspect, but want to read a good fast paced book, probably you just want to kill time, probably you can go for this. Or it's morely like a maybe kind of a book, you can skip it also. So after reading a variety of books and being confused which one to read next, I said like I'm not taking any chance. I'm going to start again with the Housemaid series, and I got this book. I had to get this book. and I absolutely loved it. Again, this book was amazing. This book was obviously better than the first one as also, because it was too good. It was too good. I Let's get into what worked and didn't work for me. Okay, what worked for me? Obviously, I know I'm keeping on repeating it again and again. Her writing style is amazing, period. And no doubt about it, this was very, very good. The the premise was good. The characters were well explained and well developed, and it was like you knew what was happening. The premise was very tight, and she kept it tight, and it just moved. It just flowed. Literally, this book, I just finished it in 2 days because the writing style was really good. It was fast paced. The suspense element is good. The thriller aspect is good. The climax is also good. So overall, this book is great. Tick 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 tick. All the boxes are checking my list, and this is a good book. So if I have to talk about cons, I don't know honestly if there's a con. I don't remember anything like why I didn't like this, I didn't like that. Nothing of that sort in this book. I don't think any con in this book. But I in genuinely I love this book, and I think you should give it a try if you have not read this book. And if you've already read this book, do let me know which part of the book did you like the most, and let's discuss on it, because obviously like there are a lot to discuss. These are the 5 books which I picked up, and I'm reading 2 more books, and already there are so many thoughts in my mind, and I have it feels like I need a club where I need to discuss such books with like-minded people. And Freida McFadden is one such author, I think so. Like, she has this innate ability to just weave stories and in a more believable manner, though in your head that logically it doesn't fit the bill, but somewhere the connect aspect is working, the thriller, fast pace, everything is working. So her books are like magic. Either they work like magic, or they fall flat and it becomes a hit or a miss thing. So these were the 5 books I read without much rambling, because I really fell in love with her books. I had to make a video on this. Do let me know if you want a part 2 of Freida McFadden books, or maybe I might do it. But do let me know in the section what do you feel about these books. If you have read all these, what are your opinions and what your feedback? Okay, now that I have given a honest opinion review or a summary of what I felt, now I'm going to be ranking them from worst to the best books. I won't say, okay, worst is a very bad, extreme word. So let's say okayish to very, very good or best books. So the 5th position, I would like to give it to The Gift. And I really didn't enjoy the book, because honestly I'm giving it a 3.5 star. I really didn't enjoy the book that much, and so it is like the last one. The 4th place, I am going to give it to Crash, this book, because I am giving it 3.75 stars, because I love the writing style. I want to finish the book, but it was dragging along, and the ending didn't connect. I couldn't connect with the ending, so that is why 3.75 stars. And the third position goes to The Boyfriend. Surprisingly, I love the book too much, but I've given it 4 ratings because of a little bit of drag and the character development issues. But I've given it 4 ratings, and the book is a good read. If you really like, you are into toxic love, thriller, suspense, killer vibe wala movies, or sorry, books, you can definitely go for this one. And the second position, I've had a lot of dilemma in choosing, because the first book, thriller book I picked up this year was The Housemaid, and I was feeling a bit biased to give it to in the first place, but I'm giving it the second place. I have given it 5 stars. This book is an absolute like right. It is a very good book, and you'll enjoy this book. And the first place, no doubt, goes to The Housemaid's Secret. I really love this book, and I'm sure you guys will love this book as well. Okay, so that's it for the ranking and the honest reviews. Do let me know in the comment section what do you feel, what do you feel about this video. If you loved my video, give it a thumbs up, and that would be really encouraging me to make such more videos. Also subscribe to my channel for more such content and book related videos. That's it for today, guys, and I really enjoyed making this video. This is something very close to my heart. Do let me know, and what do you feel, and I'm happy to connect with you guys through Instagram and as well as YouTube comments. And that's it for today. See you in the next video. Bye bye.